Alright, so the dog is not having a good time today. This is her third episode on the carpet, and this is a small amount. The lighting in here is absolutely terrible. You can't see a foot away. So this is very runny. This has got some solid, but mostly it's runny. So what I want to do is, this is when you really want a vacuum, a shop vac, to just suck all this stuff up. Hold on. I have a different way to do this. Okay, normally I would use a popsicle stick, but I don't have one. So we're going to use a dish, and we're going to use a plastic spoon. The whole goal is just to get this stuff out of here right now without pushing it into the carpet. You don't want to push it in. Whew. And a spoon is the perfect way to get this stuff off if you don't have a popsicle stick, because you don't want to smear this around. You want to get as much off as possible. It's already soaked into the fibers, which is not good. But at least by doing this, at least by doing it this way, I'm not going to make it worse. Okay, we got some slimy junk in there. Okay, so this is what we end up getting. I know it's a disgusting video, but you need to see this. So what you want to do now, there's a little bit more I want to get off of there. I want to get off as much as I can. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, you don't want to push this into the carpet. You don't want to spray it because it's going to soak in. So you want to get off as much as you can. Blotting. That's what you want to do, is you want to blot. Again, you see I'm not pressing the material or the poop. I'm not pressing it into I'm removing some of it, not enough of it. You really want to try to absorb. And yeah, I know I'm pressing in a little bit. Again, with a shop vac, this would be absolutely perfect. This is what I am absorbing. So I just want to try to get as much of this off as I can on the top layers. By pressing this way, it's not really going to soak in. You should be okay. It's already soaked in enough. So I'm removing some. I'm trying to remove as much liquid as I can. And so we can see that most of the stain is gone now. I know you're saying, no, it isn't. But yes, it is. So let's try to do this. Let's try to simulate VLM, LVM, low volume moisture, which is, don't use a lot of moisture, use pads or cloths to try to absorb as much as you can. And by looking at this right now, you can easily say a good 75% of this stain is gone. Had I sprayed it, it would have soaked in and made it worse. I could use a brush right now to agitate, but that's kind of what this is doing. Now we're going to go in. In my last video, I used Folex. Folex is good, but Folex can also set the stain for poo and pee for an animal. And with Salon Care 6%, what do they call it? 20 volume Salon Care. It's 6% hydrogen peroxide. So we've got the stain over here. What I want to do is I'm going to put this over here so we know exactly where the stain is. Okay, let's go over there. So we're just going to take this now and we're going to spray it. And what, you could use 3%, but it's not going to work as good as 6%. And that's why you want to go get the Salon Care Bot. It's just 6% hydrogen peroxide. And so it's labeled as 20 volume. You can see the stain is almost disappearing before our eyes. If this doesn't work, then you spray a 10% solution of clear household ammonia. Don't use the yellow, don't use the scented, just get the clear ammonia. Put it in a bottle. 10% ammonia, 90% water. So I can't really see it when I'm looking at the carpet now. I can't see it on the camera. I can see it. I can see the yellowing by zooming in. But I think you can also see it's kind of disappearing before our eyes. So with stains like this, you would normally spray it and leave it for a half an hour, leave it for an hour, leave it overnight, let the hydrogen peroxide break up the stain on its own, and the hydrogen peroxide will evaporate. There won't be any mold issues because hydrogen peroxide evaporates, so it will clear everything up. If this doesn't work, then put on the ammonia. But let's kind of expedite this a little bit. Let's see if we can. So, all right. I had to get the TV shut down. It's a nightmare here. Okay, so we can still see a little bit of the yellowing, but most of it's gone. Most of the poop stain is gone. Let's go in here and do some absorbing now to try to absorb the hydrogen peroxide and the stain. Again, this is blotting, and you can see the paper towel is coming up nice and yellow. It's removing the stain with it. We can still see on the camera the stain is over here. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to get the stain out of here. I'm going to remove as much as I can. It's still coming up yellow and brown. Now, I could use a brush, I could use a drill brush, I could use a CRB machine to agitate this, mix it up, but I'm not going to do that. Somebody wants to watch TV, that's more important than the stain, so I'm just going to leave the carpet stay this way. I don't care if it's ruined. That's a big difference from what it was. Unbelievable. All right, people. That's going to be the end of the video. That's how you do it with the Salon Care 20 volume. If it doesn't come out tomorrow, then I could go back to this thing with the 20 volume and the ammonia. You can see, look at all the dirt coming off on this cloth. So it's also a filthy carpet. It's a filthy carpet that's 30 years old. That's where it started, and I am done. That's what's left of it, that little mark over there, and I'm just not going to worry about it now.